Welcome back. Now let's solve these questions quickly. Solve the following. X squared plus x minus 30 is equal to 0. Let me start with that. Solution. The first one is, we have x squared plus x minus 30 is equal to 0. All I need to do again, of course, you can see the coefficient of x squared here is 1. So the product is going to be 1 times. What about the constant term here is minus 30. Minus 30. So the product is minus 30. Good. The sum I'm dealing with here is what? The sum I'm dealing with here is the coefficient of x. And what is the coefficient of x here is 1. So I have 1. So the sum is 1, the product is minus 30. Okay, I get my possibilities. My possibilities are drawn once again from the product, right? Now we can get them. All the factors of 30, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 15, and 30. So we have 1. I start with 1 and minus 30. Or minus 1 and 30. I take 2 again, 2 and minus 15, or minus 2 and 15. I take 3 and minus 10, or minus 3 and 10. I take 5 and minus 6, or minus 5 and 6. Okay, then what again? 7, no, 8, 9, 10. I've used 10 already. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I've used 15 already, and so on. So I've exhausted all the factors, right? Up to 30. Exhausted, no more factors. No factors left here. So I now begin to add to see which sum will give me 1. This obviously will not give me 1. This will add to give me 29. And then this is not 1. This is not 1. This is not 1. This is certainly not 1. But this will give me minus 1. Notice that this is minus 1, but it's not the same as 1. So 5 minus 6 is minus 1, not the same as 1. So this is wrong also, right? Wrong. Everything here wrong. So minus 5 and 6 is the correct thing, because they will produce 1 if you add them. So it means now that I can have minus 5x and 6x. These are the factors that can fit in. So I can go back to the equation and substitute or replace x by this. So I'm going to have x squared plus x minus 30 equal to 0. So I will now replace this plus x by minus 5x plus 6x, because you will still give me the same thing. So minus 5x plus 6x. So my 30 is still there. See that? This is cool, right? And so I can factor out x here. X minus 5, then plus 6 bracket x minus 5, because 6 goes in 35 times. Notice that the sign here did not change. The sign here remains negative because it is positive that is here, right? Plus. If it were negative, then the sign here would have changed. Okay, so that's it. So again, that notice that this and this are the same. X minus 5, x minus 5. So x plus 6 should be taken. X plus 6. I'm now factorizing. Okay, this is now x minus 5. One of them equal to 0. So now either x minus plus 6 is equal to 0, or x minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, therefore x is equal to minus 6, or x is equal to 5. I've solved that. Okay, the next question we have B. It is 12x squared plus 8x is equal to 15. The first thing I must notice here is that it is not in the standard form or in the proper form. So the standard form or proper form here is going to be when I move this constant term to the other side. And so I'm going to have 12x squared, which is the first term, plus 8x. Now, if this crosses to the other side, to this side, it becomes minus 15 is equal to 0. That is it. That is it. Okay, now the product I'm dealing with here. The product I'm dealing with is 12 times minus 15. Okay, 12 times minus 15, and the answer is going to be 12 times minus 15. Let's see, 12 times 15 is going to be 10, 5, 2, 1. Okay, so this times this is 10, 6. So it's going to be 180, right? Minus 180. Okay, 12 times minus 15 is minus 180. I will use minus 180. But firstly, the sum I'm dealing with is 8, coefficient of x. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So the next step is to find the possibilities. Possibilities are always drawn from the product. I'll start off this way. 1 and minus 180, or minus 1 and 180 degrees. 180, sorry, not 180 degrees. So 2 and 90, minus 90, or minus 2 and 90. I'm getting all the possibilities. I'm using the factors starting from 1, the factors of 180. So 3 and 60, minus 60 actually, or minus 3 and 60. So I will take 4 again, 4 and 45, or minus 4 and 45. What about 5? Can 5 go in 180? How many times? I think 9 times. 5 goes in 36 times, right? So 5 and minus 36, or minus 5 and 36. Okay, next I take 6. 6 goes in 180. How many times? 6 goes in 30 times, right? 6 and minus 30, or minus 6 and 30. What about 7? Cannot go in 180. 8 cannot go in 8 can go in 180, right? 8 can go in 180. How many times? Let's see. 8 cannot go in 180. 8 cannot go in 180. 9 can go in 180. 9 and minus 20, or minus 9 and 20. What about 10? 10 and 18, or minus 10 and 18. Here is minus actually. So while you are doing it, of course, this one is kind of tedious, but you can quickly spot out the answer even before exhausting all the factors. Clearly, you can see that your answer can come out from here, right? None of these will add up to give you 8 if you check. None of these will add up to give you 8. But these two would either give you plus 8 or minus 8. So what we seek here is plus 8. And this is the one that will give us plus 8. Can you see? So that means that all of this do not satisfy the condition. These do not satisfy the conditions. This is the only one that satisfies the condition. So I've seen it, even though I have not exhausted all the factors. So I have minus 10x and 18x. Simple. So I take the equation 12x squared plus 8x minus 15 is equal to 0. Now I can replace this by these two new numbers. So I have 12x squared minus 10x plus 18x minus 15 is equal to 0. See that? So I can now do some factorization here. X can go, x can go. What's the HCF of 12 and 10 is 2. So I can take 2x out. Okay, I can take 2x out. So if I take 2x out from here, I'll have 6x left. Then I can take what again? I can take 2x from here. It leaves me with 5. See that? Plus, now I have 18 and 15. What's the HCF of 18 and 15? Is 3. 3 bracket 6x. 3 in this one is what? 5. See that? So you can see clearly that these two are the same, equal to 0. And so I have 2x plus 3, taking this one and plus 3, in this one of these two, 6x minus 5. is equal to 0. So either 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, or 6x minus 5 is equal to 0. And so we have 2x is equal to minus 3, or 6x is equal to 5. So if I divide through by 2 here, I'll have x is equal to minus 3 over 2. I divide through by 6 here, I have, or x is equal to 5 over 6. That's it. I've gotten my answers. That's it. So we go to the next question. The next question is 24x squared plus x minus 10. I have C, 24x squared plus x minus 10 is equal to 0. So quickly now, we have the product we're dealing with is 24 times minus 10. It gives me what? Minus 240. Simple. And then the sum we're dealing with is 1. Simple. So the product is used to get all the possibilities. Minus 240, like this. So I'll start off by using 1. Or do I really need to bother ourselves here? I can just get, let me see, I can just see that 16 can go, 16, and you can get the possibilities yourself. I'm not going to do that again for you. So the possibilities, I'm not going to do that, because we have 16 and 20 can go. 16 times 20, if you check, if you do your work out your possibilities, you get the factors. Okay, I think so. Let me just work it out. So we have 2x squared plus x, then what? Minus 10 is equal to 0. Let me just work it out. We have, the possibilities are 24 is 24. 24 times 10, the product is 24 and 10, right? I'm sorry. Let me just work it out quickly. 1 and minus 240. Minus 1 and 240. I'll use 2 again. 2 and minus 120. Or minus 2 and 120. Then I'll use 3. 3 can go in 240 80 times. 3 and minus 80. Or minus 3 and 80. Next, 4 and 4 can go in this 6 times. 60 times minus 60, or minus 4 and 60. What about 5? 5 can go in this 240, 48 times. 48 times 5 and minus 48, or minus 5 and 48, right? What about 6? 6 should go in 24, 4 times. 6 and minus 40, or minus 6 and 40. 7 cannot go. 8 can go. 8 and 8 can go in that 30 times. 30 minus 30, or minus 8 and 30. You can see how tedious, right? So what about 9? Cannot. 9 cannot go. 10 can go. 10 and minus 24, or minus 10 and 24. What about 11? No. 12 can go. 12 20 times, right? 12 and minus 20, okay, or minus 12 and 20. That's what we have, right? So next thing there is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so 16 times 15 is what? 16 and minus 15, or minus 16 and 15. Okay, if you add up this, if I multiply 16 by 15, 16 times 15. What am I going to have? This is 30. This is 5 plus 3, 8. Okay, this is 1. This is 6, sorry. This is 1. So I have this. I have 4. I have this. So this is what can go, right? We can see that minus 16 and 15 will fit in perfectly. Oh, sorry, 16 and minus 15 will fit in perfectly. Okay, so I can take this one. 16 and 15 will fit in perfectly. So that means that we can write 24x squared minus 15, if I like, minus 15x plus 16x minus 10 is equal to 0. So we can factor out something. What's the HCF between 24 and 15? It is 3, and I can take out x2. So 3 goes in this is 8 times 8x minus 3 goes in this is 5 plus the HCF here is going to be 2. 2 in 16 is 8x. 2 in this is 5. See, our work is correct. So I can now take this and this are the same, right? I can now take this and this. 3x plus 2 bracket 8x minus 5 is equal to 0. So either 3x plus 2 is equal to 0 or 8x minus 5 is equal to 0. And so we have 3x is equal to minus 2 or 8x is equal to 5. So we have x is equal to minus 2 over 3 or x is equal to 5 over 8. If you divide through by 3 and you divide here through by what? 8. That's it. Okay. So in the next class, we're going to see more problems. Okay. Thank you.